Hey guys, what's happening? Clouded Journey here. I want to do something a little different today and talk about the comics I picked up today, Wednesday, November 13th. Got a few from four titles, four different companies, and yeah, some really good reads. I was quite happy with what I picked up and enjoyed reading all of them. Let's get into it. First, we got Deadpool number 19. I should know this. It's the end of the good, the bad, and the ugly storyline. Good being Captain America, bad being Wolverine, ugly being Deadpool. Really good story. I like to write, and I always appreciate good storytelling in a lot of these stories. And something that's really difficult, I find, to do is to have a funny story that also can be serious at times, and these guys do it perfectly. They start out really funny. The first, whatever it was, 15 issues, I think are hilarious. A lot of good jokes. You know when you have these witty characters, and like Spider-Man, Deadpool, these kind of guys, some of them just, they make these jokes and they're just really corny and not very good. But these guys write legitimately funny jokes for Deadpool. And then they get into this story, and it's just great, man. Like, your heart is wrenching out for Deadpool. He thinks he has a family for a while, and he's not sure if it's real or if they're alive or what. So it was a really cool story. Good finish to the storyline. They end up in Korea, as you guys all know. There's an awesome kind of fuck you Korea moment as Captain America just walks out in front of the army and stands there, and everyone's just too scared to engage him, this whole army. Basically talking about how badass America is and how Korea's kind of all pomp and talk and yeah, a bunch of trash talk. There's one moment I was really scared in this story where it almost implies that Deadpool might not really have been from Canada. As a Canadian myself, I take great pride in Wolverine and Deadpool being Canadians. They're pretty prominent characters, so it almost turned out that he was from Ohio, but they kind of get into that a little more and explain it. So don't worry, Canadians. He's a Canadian. He's keeping it real. But yeah, really good finish. Really enjoyed it. Left some doors open for the future for adding on to that story too. So definitely check this out. If you're not reading the series, guys, you gotta pick it up. It's killer. Another one, I was kind of annoyed. It's a Ninja Turtles Color Classic. Ninja Turtles, they do a ton of these villain issues. Like, I'm getting 2 or 3 Turtles comics a month, and I like the Turtles, but it's just a lot. Like, they're constantly pumping stuff out. Most of it's pretty good, but this I was annoyed with because it's like an older issue. It's $3.99 for, like, it's not even a new story. I find it kind of ripoff. I think this should have been $2.99. Still, that said, it is a hilarious story. It's ridiculous. It's really dated. Basically, the turtles are having a picnic in the park, and this guy comes bashing through the bushes, and he says, "Oh, I'm a scientist who's just built a nuclear bomb for these crazy, patriotic, super mountain men, wild guys who want to blow up America." So the turtles got to run to the forest, take out these guys, and disarm this nuclear bomb. And it's pretty funny and ridiculous and good. A good laugh. Casey Jones in these old ones. I don't know if you guys remember the cartoon show. Casey Jones was like mental. He was always like getting in fights and getting pissed. He was super dumb and crazy. In this, he's got a lot more of that happening, where he's just a little bit of crazy to him, and I actually really like, makes that character a lot more interesting and funny, in my opinion. But yeah, not a bad pick. I'd say 3 out of 5. Pretty funny. I told my comic guy, though, not to give me any more of these, because I like to find the old ones in dollar bins and stuff, the real stuff. Next up, Rocketgirl. This is like the best new indie title I've read, and I try to pick up a lot of those indie titles. And we're reading Hinterkind, that Wild Blue Yonder, and a few other sort of more independent stories. This one is like hands down amazing. It's got this really cool, fun, vibrant, wild feeling to the whole story. The main character's this like go-getter young teen police force girl from the future who has to go back in time and and stop these guys from building this time machine that's going to give them a super big advantage in the future as a big corporation. But you know what, the crazy thing, even though it's like this evil corporation in the future is not bleak at all. It's like this beautiful, amazing, exciting place. I'll see if I can find some pictures here. It's like you got sweet rocket cars flying around and like beautiful buildings, bright, colorful, fun. Like, and the main character really like mimics that in the story. Like, she's just full of optimism. She's just trying to do her best, and every other character in the story is sort of these pessimistic mom type characters trying to hold her back and tell her what she can do and can't do. And she's just going around, she's helping people. She flies around on a rocket pack. Really cool character, a lot of fun. It's just really refreshing to see something that's a lot of fun coming out. It's totally got like an anime feel. If you guys like anime, you might like it, but not totally. It's almost like an amalgamation, but really great art, fun story, good dialogue, it flows well, interesting, great sci-fi. Definitely recommend checking it out, Rocketgirl. And last but not least, oh, is there something wrong with my camera there? Nope, the lights have just been turned out in Gotham, and therefore Batman cover is completely black. You know why they really did this though, right? It's because right up here, the price tag says $4.99. They're trying to sneak one past you because last month they had that $7.99 issue. This month they're going $4.99, blasting up the price. Why? I don't know if there's extra pages. I don't count the pages. I should. But maybe it's just this hardcover or something. They're really pushing it with these Batman guys. I know a bunch of people already dropped Batman. I'm surprised they would do a more expensive issue. I'm holding on because I like Snyder. I've liked his run so far, and I'm just going to stick it out. And I really like Batman. One thing one guy mentioned to me, or mentioned in one of his videos, I forget who it was, I wish I could remember, but he mentioned that he likes the Capullo art. Like, check that out. That's pretty, I don't know if you can see that right there. Pretty badass. I wish I had some better computer equipment here. I could get some good scans going and stuff, but maybe one day when I have some more money. But Capullo, he makes all his characters look like little, they have like baby faces. Everybody looks like a baby. And I realized they just have these adorable little noses. That's what it's all about. All of them have these small little baby noses, which makes them look like babies. So, Greg Capullo, you're probably watching this video. He's a big fan of mine. So just check it out. Try to just like mix up the noses a bit. Make some thin ones or some harder ones or whatever. Something a little bent. But even Batman, he's adorable, man. Batman's not supposed to be adorable. I guess he's young. But look at that little nose. He's so cute. But yeah, good story, I guess. It's kind of continuing on and pretty similar feel to what it was. I really like how the characters, the stories are sort of layered right now. You sort of have the Riddler shut down Gotham. It's all dark everywhere. But they have this other guy named Dr. Death who's coming in. I've never heard of Dr. Death. Maybe he's a pre-existing character, or maybe he's not, Scott Snyder created him. He's freaky though, man. He's scary. He's got these big teeth and giant bones coming out of him. Yeah, I'm excited to see where he's going to go because he's really interesting. One issue I had with this, if you read it, is in the beginning he does a kind of nifty trick with a Batmobile. I won't spoil it for you. But he's got this early crazy sports car Batmobile that does a pretty incredible thing. And then later at the end of the issue, he's talking to Lucius Fox, and it's the first time he's met him since he's been back. And I thought that, I'm like, where did he get the Batmobile then? Or where's he been getting all his gadgets if he hasn't been talking to Lucius Fox? He's been just sneaking them from somewhere, ordering them off the internet or something. I don't know where he's supposed to be getting it. So I thought that was a little weird. But I really like the layer, and you get kind of, there's a Poison Ivy reference in there, and you have the Riddler thing, and you have this other guy. So that's been pretty good. So, like, it's Snyder. He's still really good. I know they're pushing it with the price and stuff. It's kind of annoying, but I don't know. I'll see. They can't be holding it off for too long. And they're doing this big Dark City type thing, I guess, with a whole bunch of other issues of different books going over. So they have like I don't know how the Red Hood and the Outlaw is going to do it, because he hasn't had Robin yet in this, or maybe, I don't know, has he met Jason Todd yet? I don't know how all the timing works, so maybe you guys know a bit more. You could let me know in the comments. But yeah, so those are my books this week. And thanks for watching. I haven't reviewed before. That's kind of what I thought. I'd love to hear what you guys thought, if you liked any of these issues or hated them or whatever. But yeah, if you liked the video, like it, please. Subscribe. And I love reading and hearing all your comments, so leave those too. Okay, guys. Peace out.